The human brain is a fantastic piece of biological machinery responsible for everything from dreaming up Shakespeare's sonnets to the muscle coordination of scoring a World Cup winning goal. Even if our brains remain spry into our old age, our bodies often don't. What if we replaced them? That's the idea of controversial neurosurgeon Sergio Canero, who claims in a recent article that it could be technically feasible to stave off aging by simply scooping out a person's brain and plopping it into a younger, more agile body. If this procedure is ringing bells, it may be because Canero put forward a similar idea in 2015 that proposed a full head transplant. Many doctors disregarded the procedure as not based on current science, and it has yet to be completed in a live human subject. A human head transplant was the intermediate step towards a brain transplant. Since the latter is considered impossible, I decided to focus on a head transplant, which is far simpler, Canero said. However, although I can tell you head transplant works, unfortunately, it does not rejuvenate aged head tissues, including the eyes. Brain transplant is the only option. In 2017, SNI published work by Canero and Chinese colleague Xiao Pingren, also on SNI's editorial board, reporting a head transplant rehearsal with human cadavers. A live volunteer subject, a Russian man with a genetic degenerative muscle atrophying disease, pulled out of the planned procedure in 2019. Canero told Motherboard he's not free to talk about the head transplant project that unfolded in China, other than saying it works. In his latest paper, which is co-edited by himself and Ren, Canero describes how to theoretically remove one person's brain to place it into the skull of either a clone or a donated and brain-dead immune-conditioned body. In addition to describing a robotic scoop with retractable tines that would pluck the brains from their skulls, Canero also provides possible solutions to several outstanding questions surrounding brain transplants, including nerve and vascular reconnection methods. The unavailability of technologies that can successfully rejuvenate an aged body suggests that it is time to explore other options, the paper notes. Contrary to common lore, a full brain transplant is achievable, at least theoretically. New surgical tools will have to be developed. With appropriate funding, a long-held dream may finally come true. The ultimate goal of such a procedure would be to extend the number of years a person could enjoy living in a pristine body, Canero writes in his paper. Problematic or not, there is a big interest in extending human life, and an entire branch of science and pseudoscience dedicated to transhumanism and life extension, including among the Silicon Valley elite. These methods include taking specific substances for young blood transfusions, cryogenics, and attempts to recreate humans as immortal AI. Thus far, these attempts have not included having one's brain transplanted into a clone of themselves. There are still significant questions about whether or not what Canero proposes would ever actually work in a living human being, especially since part of the solution hinges on developing human clones. Still, his claims will surely continue to capture the public's interest and horror.